We are getting our first hurricane of the 2025 season. It will be called Hurricane Erin. Before we can answer the million-dollar question of will this hurricane make a landfall, I need to take a step back and first educate you as to what exactly a Cape Verde storm is. Erin will be a Cape Verde storm. This is a formation zone off the African coast that produces storms in the peak of hurricane season. Storms form between 2,500 and 3,500 miles away from the U.S. mainland. You cannot find an area in the Atlantic basin that is farther away than a Cape Verde storm. They all have tracks close to 2 weeks or more, because of their long journey, have the ability to crush southeast Florida. If we get a landfall from a Cape Verde storm, it's typically a major, dangerous hurricane. The good news is most Cape Verde storms do not make landfall. This sets up essentially a boom or bust situation with Hurricane Erin. Now I want to move to the tracking map and show you all what I do in sequence to start tracking a storm. Specifically, I'm going to go over a Cape Verde storm. So here is the tracking map regarding a Cape Verde storm. Focus first on the coordinates. These storms that form out here generally form between 20 degrees north latitude down to 5 degrees north latitude. They can form 35 degrees west longitude or further, but even a formation at 35 degrees west and let's say 15 degrees north, which is sort of in the middle of this, that right here would be 3,100 miles away from southeast Florida. So this formation zone, very far away. You see here the Cape Verde Islands, hence the name, Cape Verde storms. What do I look at to begin tracking any hurricane? Formation is huge. Exactly where they form is like giving a detective, let's say in a murder case, the murder weapon. That would be the equivalent of what you get when I see where the storm forms exactly. And also, I'm going to go over steering currents, which also play a big role into what's going to happen. So first in sequence, I want to take a look closely at the Cape Verde box. This is the box that they all form in. 20 degrees maximum to the north, all the way down to 5 degrees. The way this works in terms of what makes them most likely to make a landfall is how far south they form. So I have this box marked in 3 sections. You can see the top box. That would be a storm forming between 15 degrees and 20 degrees north. That's right here. And I went down into the middle where it's 15 degrees down to 10. Then I went down to 10 degrees down to 5 degrees north latitude. Picture these like a horse race. When the horses are on their starting block, here you go. You got 3 horses. Furthest to the north, you have the one in the middle, and we'll call this one the Southie track. I like to call this. The further south they form, the more concerned I get. Down in here, 5 degrees to 10 degrees. Oh boy. Any storm that forms down here, I am on it at formation. These storms usually get into the Gulf of Mexico. These storms have a much higher probability of hitting someone in this country. You don't want to be down here. Now in the middle, 10 to 15. This starting block can go either way. Really, everything's in play when a storm forms in the middle. You really got to go down to every coordinate when it's in the middle. If you're at 14, obviously you're closer to the top box. So this is hit or miss. It's going to depend on steering currents primarily. Now up here, this is where you want to be. The north starting block, we'll call it, is 15 to 20 degrees. This is the best case scenario because most of these storms do not sniff the U.S. mainland. The majority turn to the north well before Puerto Rico and never come close to making a landfall. This is where Hurricane Erin formed. Not as a hurricane, but as a tropical storm right here. It was 17 degrees latitude, 30 degrees longitude. So that put Erin where I want it. North, 17 degrees, where 20 is the highest you're going to get typically. That's a great spot to be in for me to not be concerned to start. We have formation, okay? We know where it is. Again, right here. The next thing I would look at, and already did, is to examine the Bermuda High. This is a steering current that sits in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, kind of wobbles back and forth. There are three different scenarios regarding the Bermuda High. I'm going to show you the three pictures to help you understand each different Bermuda High. Let's look at the first Bermuda High. This is called a weak Bermuda High. This is a great Bermuda High to have in place because the storms are allowed to go north very quickly. Most of these storms don't get anywhere near land. This is a strong Bermuda High. As you can see from this picture, storms get held down in the beginning of their track, but they are able to get north well before U.S. mainland. So this is another good setup to have in play. A strong Bermuda High. You will get north movement before the coast. So both of these Bermuda Highs are great to have in place. Now it's time to show you the devil. The strongest Bermuda High. We don't want to see this, ladies and gentlemen, ever. When this Bermuda High is in place, it traps storms. They cannot go to the north, and they will either hit us in southeast Florida, direct hit, or they'll get into the Gulf. They cannot penetrate north of southeast Florida. So we don't want to see this setup ever during hurricane season. You should all be asking a question. Okay, Joe, what's going on in the ocean right now? Where is the Bermuda High? Did we get lucky? It's A, B, or C. And A and B are fine. We just don't want to be in that last one. Good news. We have a strong Bermuda High in place. And if you look at the track of Erin, it's showing a textbook track with this Bermuda High in place. The storm is being held down right now, traveling due west, but that's going to change real quick. It's going to start to lift to the north well before Puerto Rico. So this is going to be a very early turn. This storm is not going to impact Florida. You see, I'm telling you what the media would never tell you. All clear? Where the storm hasn't even turned yet? I'm not wasting my time tracking storms that have no impact to hit land. The southeast coast is clear. Now it's all about up north. This is usually a brush. And the way they move, when they get up into the northeast region, they are generally usually peeling off to the northeast at a high rate of speed, and rip currents are about the only hazard the northeast region has to deal with. Very rare that they go in and make a landfall up there. But we can't rule that out as of yet. This is a Cape Verde storm. This storm is going to be out there for a long time. Right? 2 weeks or more, these storms can roam the ocean because of how far away they form. So that is the situation. I will probably not need to make another report regarding Hurricane Erin. I track all hurricanes that make landfall. I don't think I'm going to have to deal with this one. We shall see where Erin goes to the north in terms of how close this storm gets to the U.S. mainland. This is not a video about me. This is not a video to entertain you. This is not a tracking video. This is a video that everybody that's subscribed to my channel needs to watch so you can get your plan created. It's very important when a big storm is approaching us, which is only a matter of time. You need to have your plan in place. I did all the work for you. All you need to do is watch this video, take some notes, do a lap around your property. I'm hitting you with the highlights. Find out if you have any trees that you're worried about hitting your roof. Then, and only then, you can create a plan depending on the safety of your dwelling. You need to understand the importance of window protection. You might have to go to a shelter. I did all the work for you. All the information you need about shelters are in this video. There is nothing you need to do on your phone to research to figure out where you're going to go. It's A, B, or C. You're going to a hotel. You're going to a family or friend in a safe area of the state where the storm won't be going, and I'll let you know of those areas. That's the jackpot if you have that in play. Or you're going to a shelter. Or you stay home and possibly lose your life. I don't want to have that option on the table. Get this video watched. So then all you need to do is follow my track. And you don't need to do it again unless you move to a different dwelling. Spend the hour or two on this, get it done, and you will definitely be rewarded. When a big one's coming and you know what you're going to do, most people have no clue what they're going to do and where they're going to go, and that creates stress and fear, and those are the people that get in their car and drive to Georgia. So there you go. That's it. You have the information. Talk to you soon.